Hey everybody, welcome back to my 5-minute cinematography series, where every week we'll break down, examine, and recreate a shot from a movie. This week's shot is taken from the movie Nightcrawler. Let's jump right in. So let's take a look at the lighting of this shot. We have this tone under here that's kind of a greenish, whitish, appears to be coming from the dashboard light. And we have this red light up here, which appears to be coming from a red light. Also, we can see in his eyes, he's got quite a few eye lights, so one of them might be that stoplight. And we've also got some city lights back here that add some interest and depth to the background. Also, on his chair, there's a little bit of this edge light, just kind of outlining his chair so it's not just complete blackness and darkness. And there also seems to be a little bit of light coming up from the back seat somewhere to light up the underside of this. So let's take a look at where we think these lights might be coming from. So either this light up here could be coming from a real stoplight or a fake light that they set up on set. I think it's the latter because it's pretty strong to be a stoplight. Now this light under here on the bottom half of his face would seem to be coming from the dashboard, but a dashboard in reality wouldn't really be this bright. I mean, maybe he has his cranked up super bright, but in general, I don't think dashboards are this bright. You can also see there's a little bit of a light maybe coming from the dashboard as well, and this light on his hand also could seem to be coming from the dashboard, and there's a little bit of red on there. So in reality, this dashboard light, I think, is not the dashboard, but a light that is on, just stuck or taped to the steering wheel, or it could be back in the dashboard. But if it were back in the dashboard, we might be getting a shadow cast from the steering wheel, but we're not getting that. So I think, I could be wrong, I don't know how they did this, but I think there's a light taped to the center of the steering wheel that gives him this light. So this light back here could be coming from a street light, but we don't know. I'm just gonna try and replicate that if I can. And the city lights back here, I'm just gonna use the street lights that I have around me. So now that we have an idea of how they may have lit this shot, let's take a stab at it ourselves. Alright, let's take a look at how I recreated this myself. The first thing I always do, you guys know the drill, set up the camera and tripod. The camera of choice for this episode and the 3 episodes in the past is the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, paired with the Meike 35mm T1.5 lens. Basically, it'll give me a more zoomed in image and blurrier background, which will help for the lights. After setting up the camera and tripod, the first light I decided to set up was the red light. So for this light, I'll be using the Nanlite Forza 60 with the reflector dish attached, along with a pink gel to go in front of it. Gels are just the color changing plastic that goes in front of your light to change the color of it. Now, to get the hard line of light across my face, I decided to use a washcloth that I just had laying around my garage, and I set it on my windshield. I set it on the windshield because I needed it to be close to me to make a harder line. If you remember back to my hard light versus soft light video, you'll remember that the closer an object is to the light, the softer the light will be, and the further away an object is from the light, the harder the light will be on that object. The same goes for shadows. The closer an object is to a light, the softer the shadow will be. The further away an object is from a light, the harder the shadow will be. So I needed it to be as close to me as I could without being in the frame. So I just stuck it to the windshield to give me this nice hard line across. Now the next light I decided to set up was the dashboard light. For this light, I decided to use my Falconeyes LED panel, the same one that's been in past videos. Now I paired this light with the white silicone diffuser that it comes with to soften up the light just a little bit. I was able to stick this light right in the middle of my steering wheel, and it just stayed there on its own. Set this light to a nice teal, and we're set. Now the last light I set up was the light outside the car, giving us the edge light on the seat. Now with these 3 lights set up, our shot is ready. Let's take a look at each of these lights one by one. Alright, there we have it, our shot recreation from the movie Nightcrawler. I hope you liked this video, I hope you liked this recreation. If you did, you know the drill. Hit that like button so that YouTube knows you liked it, and until next time, have a great one.
Friend of me, enemy. All these niggas just wanna be a mini me. All these niggas just wanna be a mini me. All these niggas just wanna be a mini me. Friend of me, enemy. All these niggas just wanna be a mini me.